Blessings, blessings, people of God, blessings, blessings. We are in day 5 of how soul wounds affect marriage. Today, I want to talk about unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic expectations. And if we're honest, unrealistic expectations are one of the sneakiest relationship killers out there. They don't show up with flashing lights or loud arguments, but they slip in quietly, creating silent disappointment, creating frustration and disconnection. We all enter marriage carrying some expectations of how our marriage is going to be. Some are healthy, some are not so healthy. The danger comes when what we expect doesn't happen or it does. For example, we expect our spouse to meet all of our emotional needs. Come on now. Only God can meet all of our emotional needs. And when we're walking by the flesh, when we're walking in the flesh, when we are exercising our flesh, He will tell us to walk by the Spirit. And unfortunately, we cannot trust. We cannot trust. Listen, and I know many of you, when you think about it, you know that you cannot trust your feelings and emotions at all times, because the enemy is always in our ear, trying to navigate our thought processes. So we cannot trust, because we will start believing that what we're thinking about is our thoughts, and they're not. They're not. They're the enemy's thoughts most times. We have to understand that. But we expect our spouse to meet all of our emotional needs, and our marriage. We expect our marriage to always feel easy, romantic, or conflict free. Come on now. If you've never had an argument, if you've never had a disagreement while you were dating, I can understand that. I can understand that being an expectation of your marriage. I can. But most of us have had some type of disagreement or some type of conflict or something that agitated us in our dating. Most of us have. But I will say this: having a marriage free of conflict, romantic all the time, easy all the time, can only come through Christ and full surrender to Him in your marriage. And it takes time. It takes time. We can grow habits. We can grow into habits where we're not as interested in romance as we were before. It can become a habit. And God can come in when we ask God into our marriage. God can come in and stir up our inner man to break that habit. But it will and only take God and his intervention and your surrender to make that happen. You know, sometimes we expect our spouse to complete us in ways that only God can. Ladies and gentlemen, unexpected expectations, especially when they're rooted in soul wounds, in trauma, in pain, in hurt, it cannot be a reality in that our reality does not match our expectations. You know, disappointments will settle in. Bitterness can take root and distance can grow. And the truth is, no human being can carry the weight of your happiness. Did you hear me? No human being can carry the weight of your happiness. None. I'm for real. For real. I have been living a long time now, and no human being was able to carry the weight of my happiness, nor my security, nor my identity. Only God can carry that weight. You have to allow him to individually deliver, heal, and make you free. You have to. Healing soul wounds are, it is so very important to God, and it should be important to you. In marriage can trigger. Marriage can trigger pain, hurt, trauma. It can. But God. So I want to talk about how soul wounds interfere with our expectation and what we can do about it. Soul wounds, unhealed hurts, past rejection, abandonment, betrayal, shame, often fuel unexpected expectations in marriage. It really does. And without us realizing it, really. And here's how. Looking for a spouse to heal past pain. You know, often we seek love in all the wrong places. If you were rejected by a parent, hurt in relationships, you may unconsciously expect your spouse to make up